Welcome to a space where the sun feels a little softer, the breeze carries the scent of citrus, and every corner of your home whispers a gentle invitation to slow down. Today, we aren't just talking about a design style. We are going to gently peel back the layers of a true sensory lifestyle. I'm going to walk you through a complete metamorphosis, turning an ordinary structure into a Mediterranean sanctuary that breathes. We will travel from the sun-washed exterior walls right into the soul of the interior, finally spilling out into a garden that feels like a private Eden. This isn't about rigid rules or museum-like perfection. It's about capturing that effortless, timeless elegance where the home feels as if it has organically grown from the landscape. Let's leave the sterile, modern rush behind and embrace imperfection, texture, and the deep-rooted beauty of the Mediterranean. The magic we are chasing today is the seamless dance between architecture and nature. It's the art of creating a home that doesn't just shelter you, but truly restores your spirit. So, grab a cup of something refreshing, settle into your favorite chair, and let's reimagine your home as a light-filled Mediterranean haven where every day feels like a gentle vacation. This is your personal masterclass in soulful design. Section 1. The Mediterranean essence more than just a style. Before we pick up a paintbrush or plant a single flower, we must first understand the emotion we are trying to create. Mediterranean design is, at its core, a love letter to the landscape itself. It draws from the rocky coastlines of Greece, the rustic farmhouses of Tuscany, and the vibrant riads of Morocco. It's a celebration of raw, honest materials that age gracefully under the kiss of the sun and salt air. The philosophy here is deeply rooted in connection. It's about blurring the boundary between where your home ends and where nature begins. Think of it as designing a home that exhales. We focus on thick walls that hug you with a cool embrace during hot afternoons, and deep-set windows that frame the view like a living painting. It's a tactile experience, defined by the roughness of hand-troweled plaster and the coolness of stone underfoot. To achieve this paradise, we reject the throwaway culture and embrace permanence. We look for natural patinas, the soft whitewashing of old wood, and the rusty terracotta hues that seem to soak up the sunset. This isn't a trend. It's a return to an ancient way of building that prioritizes the human experience. Your home should feel like it has a story to tell, even if that story starts today. Let's build that narrative, one authentic layer at a time. Section 2. Exterior Makeover, Sculpting a Sun-Drenched Facade. The journey starts with the face you show the world. A true Mediterranean exterior isn't just a skin, it's a sculpture. We want to move away from flat, painted drywall and step into the organic world of lime wash and textured stucco. These finishes allow the light to dance, creating subtle, shifting shadows throughout the day. The perfect palette is plucked directly from the earth. Sun-baked ochre, warm, creamy ivory, and soft, dusty terracotta. Now, let's talk about anchoring the home. A massive, heavy-set wooden door is non-negotiable. I want you to visualize a door framed by a gracefully arched doorway, perhaps made from reclaimed timber and accented with wrought iron strap hinges. Flank this entry with cobalt blue or forest green shutters that add a confident pop of color against the neutral facade. These shutters aren't just decorative. They control the light and create a sense of mysterious depth. Look up, and let's refine the silhouette of the roofline. We want to incorporate the classic low-pitched profile, crowned with those iconic barrel-shaped terracotta tiles. Allow the mortar to show a little unevenly, embracing that handmade, slightly imperfect charm. Replacing sharp modern windows with arched or rectangular frames that hold inset wrought iron grills, strictly for aesthetic romance, immediately transports the architecture to a hillside overlooking the sea. Don't underestimate the ground plane. A sweeping stone pathway leading to your entrance sets the stage. I recommend using irregular flagstone or tumbled travertine, with fragrant thyme growing playfully between the cracks. Add an external staircase with risers tiled and hand-painted cement tiles. The goal is to make the home look like it has stood for 100 years. It feels perfectly alive and welcoming right now. Section 3. The Garden as Architecture, Entering a Green Sanctuary. We must stop thinking of the garden as a separate entity. It is, in fact, the most vibrant room in your Mediterranean home. We are designing an outdoor living space that blurs the lines with structural planting. Start by defining an outdoor room with a rustic pergola, draped not just with fabric, but with the living canopy of ancient grapevines or fragrant wisteria. The dappled light filtering through the leaves is the greatest luxury you can offer. The planting scheme relies on texture and resilience. You need the silver-green spikes of Italian cypress trees to draw the eye skyward, providing vertical punctuation. Mass plant lavender, rosemary, and santolina to create a soft, hazy border that releases its perfume as you brush past it. These silvery greens and deep purples provide a soothing, cooling effect, perfectly contrasting with the warm ochre of the boundary walls. We infuse soul into the garden through the sound of water, a central fountain. Whether it's a lion's head spilling into a weathered stone basin, or a simple disappearing pool reflecting the sky, changes the entire sensory experience. Surround this feature with a generous cluster of terracotta pots in varying sizes, bursting with trailing pelargoniums or bright magenta bougainvillea. The vibrant pink against the raw clay is a timeless Mediterranean snapshot. Finally, carve out intimate nooks for rest. A built-in stone bench layered with sun-faded linen cushions invites a midday siesta. Use gravel underfoot instead of a manicured lawn. The satisfying crunch under your shoes is a hallmark of European gardens. Plant a majestic olive tree as the central jewel. It isn't just a plant. It's a symbol of peace and a sculptural piece of art that whispers stories of the ancient groves. Section 4. Seamless transitions, blurring inside and out. The true genius of a Mediterranean paradise lies in the threshold. We are going to erase the hard stop of the wall by installing grand archways or floor-to-ceiling steel-framed glass doors that slide completely away. When these doors vanish, your interior living space physically merges with the pergola-shaded terrace. This isn't just an open floor plan. It's a lifestyle of fluidity, where a dinner party naturally drifts between the kitchen and the courtyard. To solidify this connection, we need to cheat the eye with material continuity. I strongly suggest running the same flooring inside and out. Imagine a rustic limestone tile that starts in your living room and flows uninterrupted across the patio. When the doors are open, your brain loses the boundary, making both spaces feel infinitely larger. It's an architectural trick that grounds the home in the land. Create a visual narrative using internal courtyards, even if you live in a suburban house. You can achieve this by framing a view to a private side garden through an oversized internal window. Plant a lush fern or a potted lemon tree right outside that window. This gives you a burst of emerald green life while you're standing at your interior hallway, turning a simple passageway into a gallery of living art. Section 5. Interior Transformation, the Art of Rustic Elegance. Stepping inside, we carry that earthy, grounded energy with us. The walls should breathe through a soft lime wash or Venetian plaster, not flat, dead paint. This creates a subtle movement and a chalky texture that feels wonderfully cool to the touch. We are curating a backdrop of soft, tonal whites, not stark, clinical white, but the warm hue of unbleached linen or thick Greek yogurt. The ceiling is our fifth wall, and an opportunity often wasted. I want you to look up and consider installing reclaimed wood beams. The darker and more time-worn, the better. They create a striking contrast against the pale plaster, visually lowering a too-high ceiling to a human scale and adding an immediate sense of history. If a solid beam is too heavy, whitewashed timber cladding between the joists can offer a lighter, coastal farmhouse feel. Now, let's carve into the walls. Architectural niches or alcoves recessed into the thick plaster are a signature move. Line the back of these niches with a splash of zellige tile or a rustic hand-painted motif. These tiny stage sets are perfect for displaying a cluster of pillar candles, a stack of antique books, or a simple earthenware vase. They turn a flat wall into a sculptural, shadow play experience that feels timeless. Section 6. The Heart of the Home, a Mediterranean Kitchen. The kitchen must move away from being a cold stainless steel laboratory and evolve into a warm, inviting farmhouse hearth. We achieve this by rejecting mass-produced cabinetry in favor of custom, unfitted pieces. Think of a grand island crafted from old wood, or a cabinet painted in a muted sage green, soft slate blue, or warm buttermilk cream. Hand-wrought iron handles and unlacquered brass faucets that will age gracefully are essential. For the splashback, we need to tell a story of handmade art. Zellige tiles are our best friend here. They're regular, surface reflects light like rippling water, and comes in a palette of sea foam, aqua, and sandy beige. Don't just stop at the splashback. Take that tile all the way up to the ceiling around a range-hood enclosure. This creates a dramatic focal point that mimics the feeling of a grand stone hearth. We must celebrate the act of gathering. A deep, heavy wooden butcher block countertop invites you to lean, chop, and connect. Install open shelving made from thick reclaimed wood to display daily use earthenware plates and terracotta bowls. It's functional, but it's also the kitchen's jewelry. Complete the picture with a pot rack hung over the island, laden with copper pans that shimmer with that unmistakable warm glow against the plainer walls. Section 7. Private sanctuaries, bedrooms, and the wash of light. The bedroom should be a cool, shadowy retreat designed to lower your heart rate the second you enter. We layer in comfort through weighty textiles, pure linen curtains that filter the light to a soft gold, and a bed covered in unbleached cotton and linen gauze. Keep the headboard rustic. A beautifully distressed old door or an upholstered panel in natural flax fabric anchors the room without shouting. I want to introduce the concept of a shower garden for the ensuite bathroom. If your layout allows, opening a private interior courtyard directly off the shower creates a sensation of bathing in a hidden grotto. Instead of a glass door, you look out to a live vertical garden framed by smooth Taidlac plaster walls. This waterproof lime plaster has a soft soapstone feel and removes all harsh right angles. For a less structural change, bring in the garden through strategic plant styling inside the bathroom. A large Swiss cheese plant in a woven basket instantly transforms a sterile corner. Replace clinical lighting with a wrought iron chandelier fitted with flickering LED candles. The reflection in the mirror should be soft and forgiving. The ultimate luxury is the scent of dry lavender and the feel of a pebble-tiled floor massaging your feet. Section 8. Lighting, color, and curated finishes. The Mediterranean soul is damaged by harsh, overly cool lighting. We want a warm 2700 Kelvin glow, mimicking candlelight. Lighting should be low and intimate, resting on heavy stone or timber side tables. I adore the use of perforated metal lanterns that throw patterned stars onto the walls at night. Use a cluster of glass pendants of varying heights, tinted in amber or sea glass, hovering above the dining table. Our color accent strategy is the spice cupboard. The base is earthy and neutral, but we inject life with deep paprika reds, saffron yellows, and vibrant turquoise blues. This can appear on a single statement armchair, the intricate border of a hand-woven Killen rug, or a stack of vintage Moroccan poufs. These rich jewel tones saturate the space without overwhelming the serene architectural bones. Finally, let's address the fine art of decoration. Fill big glass hurricane vases with dried artichoke heads or preserved olive branches instead of fleeting fresh flowers. Lean a large, antique gold-framed mirror casually against a wall to catch the light and double the garden view. The joy lies in the curation of pottery. Grouping different heights of matte, unglazed ceramic jugs feels profoundly sculptural. It's about collecting pieces that hold meaning, not clutter. We have walked together from the rugged, sun-bleached exterior right into the soft, cool sanctuary of the interior, finishing our journey resting among the lavender and olive trees. This transformation isn't just about visual beauty. It's a complete shift in how you experience time and comfort. You are building a home that finally breathes in rhythm with the seasons, a refuge of tactile, human-centric design. I hope this guide has unlocked a new way of seeing your space, not as a series of separate boxes, but as a fluid living canvas. If you are ready to start carving out those archways or filling your garden with the scent of rosemary, you are already on the path. The imperfect, handmade beauty of the Mediterranean is waiting for you to invite it home. If this journey through light and texture inspired you, please press that like button and subscribe for more soulful architecture and design content. Drop a comment below telling me which element you're most excited to try. Maybe it's the internal courtyard, or perhaps that kitchen with the zellage tiles. Share this video with someone who dreams of a slower, more beautiful life. Until next time, keep designing spaces that tell your story.